Hey guys, welcome to this week's follow along. This week we are going to have 7 exercises total, which we'll just put up on the screen here as a preview. And we are going to be going in a 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off format for 3 rounds total. You shouldn't need any equipment, but if you prefer, because we have some stuff on the ground, you could definitely use a mat. So I'll just talk through the first set, give some cues on the exercises, and then we'll put the music on for the rest. Enjoy! Okay, our first exercise is going to be a squat pulse with alternating reverse lunges, so we're never fully coming up, changing sides every time with the pulse squat in the middle. So we're going to get started in 5 seconds. There we go. And let's go. So in the squat, step back and up. Right there. We're staying nice and low, just that little pulse up in between. This, the challenge is more so in keeping this kind of flexion and the variability of the load as we move around it, rather than it is about doing a full motion kind of squat or lunge. So that's why we want to stay low as we go through and rest. Our next exercise is bicycle crunches. So we're going to be on our backs flat, not completely flat actually. Right here, sitting just our upper back, our shoulders off the ground. Turn, touch the elbow to the knee, and alternating every time. Try not to leave the elbows out in front of you like this, where now there's way less rotation going on. We want to force ourselves to keep our elbows open and wide, and then have to turn that much more extra. Up next are PIKE push-ups. So these can be very challenging. So when you do them, I want you to really be mindful of how much you bend your knees. If I bend my knees more, I take a lot of the load off. If I'm here and my feet are further away, they become much more challenging. This is supposed to mimic like an overhead press. So I'm trying to kind of use my shoulders a whole bunch. If I want a slightly larger range of motion, I can turn my head up as I get to the lower part. Rest. And next up, alternating lateral lunges. So I'll step my feet together in between every rep. Step out with the lunge, back together, and to the other side. 1, 2. I don't want to go too low on the lateral lunges unless my range of motion is fantastic. Just right there. It can be tempting to let our hips turn, but that should often be our limiting factor. So if I go here, I can sit all the way down to here. But if we look at this leg, I've turned my hips to accommodate that. So I should really go only as low as I can while keeping my hips stored up. Next up, mountain climbers. Okay, in our push-up position, and like we're doing high knees, just we're rotated to the ground. For here, the biggest thing I notice when people are doing them is they do this. They turn themselves down and they raise their hips. Try to keep yourself basically in a plank. Explode those knees up every time. 2, 1, rest. We have 2 exercises left. Next one, I don't have a name for. I call them punchy feeties. I'm sure there's a proper name, but we're just going to here and punch out all at once. We want to step and punch in front every time. Keep a bend in the legs. We want to go nice and fast. Keep your arms up, don't let them drop. Get that full extension. A little bit faster now. Almost there. our last exercise is flutter kicks. So we're flat on our back, trying to make sure your lower back stays in contact with the ground the whole way through. Legs a little bit off the ground, and kick. The kick should not come from your knee. Your knee should have a constant bend. Whether the constant bend is here to make it a little bit easier, or there's no bend at all, you just don't want to be varying your knee flexion. Almost there. Keep kicking, make sure your lower back's not arching off the ground. 2, 1, rest.
Days are changing, I keep fading. Maybe one day we'll find a way. And I still wonder why we lost our love tonight. Before you leave my side, just hear what's on my mind. I know we're barely holding on. Our more try, 'cause we make it hard to say goodbye.
Everyone, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that like I did, and I'll see you next week.